Yo, what in the world is going on in Atlanta right now? The streets are talking, fans are in disbelief, and hip-hop might have just witnessed the biggest plot twist of the decade. I'm talking about Lil Durk. Yes, Durkio himself, stepping in as the unlikely peacemaker between two of the most deadly rap beefs in recent history, Young Thug and YFN Lucci. You heard that right. After years of bloody lyrics, sneak disses, and real-life violence that's left neighborhoods shaken, Lil Durk pulled off what no one thought was possible. He brought peace, but don't get it twisted. It wasn't all kumbaya and closed doors. Sources say it started with a secret phone call that turned into a heated FaceTime argument, followed by a surprise meetup at an undisclosed Airbnb in Buckhead. There were tears, shouting, even a near fistfight, but when it was all said and done, they walked out side by side. Fans are shocked, the streets are buzzing, and even industry OGs are calling this the hip-hop truce of the century. But how did Durk convince Thug and Lucci to squash the beef that almost ended both their lives? What really went down in that tense meeting? Buckle up, because this tea is hotter than summer in Zone 6. Aight y'all, let's rewind the tape and break this whole saga down, because this ain't just some PR stunt. This ain't no industry beef turned fashion collab. Nah. This is deep-rooted ATL warfare. And somehow, Lil Durk, Mr. Voice of the Streets himself, stepped into the line of fire and came out with peace. But how did we even get here? Let's take it back to the beginning. For years, Young Thug and YFN Lucci have been locked in a feud so real, it left fans scared to even play both their songs in the same playlist. We talking street affiliations, diss tracks, family threats, and even murder trials. Lucci and Thug were never just rap enemies, they were real-life oppositions. Blood had been spilled, trust had been burned, and entire zones in Atlanta got divided because of their beef. And while fans thought this drama would end in a RICO charge or worse, nobody could have predicted Lil Durk would be the one to step in. Word on the street is, it all started with a letter. While Young Thug sits locked up in Cobb County, fighting for his life in that never-ending YSL RICO trial, he received a handwritten note. But it wasn't from a lawyer, a label exec, or even his family. It was from Lil Durk. A source close to Thug told us, Durk ain't just write some motivational bars. He wrote from the heart like, he told Thug that he lost his own brother, D Thang, to the streets. He said this cycle of pain don't end unless someone decides to break it. It was real, and what's crazier, Thug actually responded. 2 weeks later, Durk got a call from one of Thug's trusted people. They said, Slime wanna talk. Meanwhile, on the other side of the city, YFN Lucci had his own demons. He's been in and out of jail, dealing with court cases, betrayal in his own circle, and most of all, feeling like no one in the game had his back. Fans noticed Lucci moving quiet lately. No new music, no public appearances, but sources say he was going through a spiritual shift. Word is, Lucci's mom had a stroke last year, and he'd been by her side ever since. That moment changed him. A close friend of Lucci said, when his mama got sick, he started asking, like, what am I really doing this for? He didn't want to die a legend and a lost cause. So how does Lil Durk come into all this? Apparently Durk was in ATL Loki for a few weeks. He wasn't there for no show, no video shoot, nothing. He was on a mission. First, he tapped in with Thug's people. Then he connected with Lucci's team. And what happened next? Nobody saw it coming. A private, no phones, no security meetup was arranged at a hidden Airbnb spot in Buckhead. It was 3 a.m. They pulled up in separate black Escalades. Tensions were high, the air was thick, and only 3 people were allowed inside. Durk, Lucci, and a YSL rep speaking on behalf of Thug, who called in through an encrypted Zoom line from jail. Witnesses say when Lucci walked in, he was already heated. He looked around like he was ready to flip the whole table. He ain't trust nobody. He was like, y'all trying to line me or what? Durk stood up, calm but firm. Nah bro, you know me. If I wanted war, I could have been fed it. I want peace. For our mamas, for the kids, for our names. Then the voice of Thug came through the speaker, raspy, tired, but real. Ain't no setup, Lucci. I done lost too many already. I don't want to lose no more. And that's when it got real emotional. Lucci started pacing the room, breathing heavy. You put a target on my back, Slime. You knew what them bars meant. You knew what it cost me. Durk cut in. We all lost. Ain't none of us winning right now. You think these feds care who's realer? They locking all of us up. They winning. Silence. Then Thug said something that shocked everyone. If I make it out of here, I'm done with the beef. On God. I ain't gonna let my name live through violence. If we squash this, I'll make it official. Lucci didn't say a word for 10 minutes. He just sat down. You could hear the streetlights buzzing outside. Then he whispered, I can't forget, but maybe I can forgive. And just like that, it happened. Lil Durk stood between two of Atlanta's most feared and famous, and brokered what many thought was impossible. A ceasefire, a peace pact, a silent understanding. Word hit the streets quick, but not everybody was happy. Some folks in both camps felt betrayed. OGs who had been in this beef from the start were furious. Lucci's cousin posted a now-deleted IG story that said, I don't care what deals y'all make. I'm still standing on business. Ain't no peace in my heart. Meanwhile, one of Thug's longtime homies said, Durk trying to play Gandhi now? We've been out here risking our lives for this YSL thing, and now it's all, let's hug it out. Nah, but Durk ain't back down. He went on IG Live that same night and said, I don't care who mad. I did what grown men's supposed to do. I ain't gonna keep watching my brothers die over pride. We either smart up or get buried dumb. The live hit 1.2 million views in under an hour. Comments flooded in from fans, celebs, and rappers alike. Some praised him, others called him soft. But one comment stood out, from Meek Mill. That's leadership right there. Salute to Durk. Streets needed this. And suddenly, it wasn't just a secret truce. It was a movement. But y'all, this is just the beginning. Because right after the peace talk, a mysterious video leaked. And what's on that footage? Who's really behind pushing this narrative? And is everyone truly on board? Or is someone setting the stage for one final betrayal? Just when the dust was settling, boom! The internet exploded. Less than 48 hours after that secret peace summit in Buckhead, a leaked surveillance clip started making rounds in the dark corners of the internet. We're talking low quality, timestamp in the corner, like it came straight out a government ops folder. The video showed blurred silhouettes, but folks were quick to put two and two together. It showed Lucci pulling up, pacing outside, followed by Durk talking to someone off camera. Then you hear a muffled voice, but the tone was heated. If he flips, we all go down. Fans immediately went into detective mode. Who said it? Was it Thug's rep? Someone from Durk's team? Or worse? Was this all a setup? Theories started flying. Some claimed Durk was being used by the industry elites, the shadowy figures that run labels, control the charts, and decide who lives or dies in the game. Others believed this entire peace talk was a chess move by the feds to trap someone. And a few wild ones even said the video was AI generated to divide the streets even more. But here's the twist, no one saw coming. Lucci's sister, Keisha, known in the city as K Lucci, went live. Now y'all know K Lucci don't speak unless it's real. She'd been riding for Lucci since day one, even when he was caught up in shootouts and baby mama drama. But this live? She was furious. You're really out here celebrating this peace. Nah, ain't no peace when I got folks telling me Lou got lined. I don't trust nobody in that room, not even Durk. Something foul going on. And if anything happened to my brother, y'all gon' know who to look at. Anything happened to my brother, y'all gon' know who to look at. Boom. That live hit 1 million views in under an hour. Fans were commenting, is Durk setting Lucci up for a Rico? Why was the meeting off-grid with no security? Why is Thug calling shots from jail like he's still got the keys to the city? And just like that, what was supposed to be a truce turned into a firestorm of suspicion. Meanwhile, Lil Durk stayed quiet. No tweets, no IG stories, no subliminals. That silence only made things louder. Then, out of nowhere, Whack 100 enters the chat. The controversial industry mouthpiece goes live on Clubhouse and starts spilling tea like a busted water pipe. You all really think Durk woke up one day and wanted peace? Nah, that boy got heat on him. Feds been sniffing around, and this move was about preservation, not peace. He even alleged that Durk had been in communication with certain alphabet boys and that this whole thing was designed to flush out hidden alliances. The streets started getting restless. Old heads started warning their young bulls to lay low. Clubs in Atlanta cancelled shows. Promoters pulled out of events where YSL or YFN affiliates were scheduled to perform. Even radio DJs started acting funny, removing certain artists from their rotations, just in case. Behind the scenes, tensions rose again. Lucci's cousin, who had already posted a cryptic "I'm still standing on business" message earlier, was spotted in a studio, armed with a few YFN loyalists. They were recording a diss track that allegedly had names in it. Real names, a snippet leaked on Twitter. In it, you could hear the line, "Voice of the streets, but your voice been tapped. Trying to make peace deals with a Fed on your back." Fans went crazy. Was that aimed at Durk? Was Lucci behind that bar, or was his camp moving rogue? But then, plot twist number 2, Young Thug's lawyer makes a public statement. Outside the courtroom, she says, Mr. Williams is not affiliated with any alleged peace talks. He has no communication with co-defendants or opposition parties and denies participating in any truce arrangement. What? Now hold up, Thug's rep was at the meeting. His voice came through on the Zoom. So why the backtrack? Insiders say it's because of pressure from the DA in the YSL RICO case. Any sign that Thug is still calling shots from jail could bury him deeper. So now everyone is trying to play clean. But the damage is done. Lucci feels set up. Thug feels exposed. Durk is isolated. Meanwhile, the fans? They're in shock. Twitter spaces lit up for hours with heated debates. Was Durk being sincere, or is he part of some bigger plan? Is peace in hip-hop even possible without someone taking a fall? Even 50 Cent jumped in, posting on IG. They tried to squash beef and made a whole new one. Hip-hop gone wild, but behind closed doors, another story is unfolding. A source from within Durk's camp leaked a text allegedly from Durk himself. I really tried. I wanted it to end different, but these dudes don't want peace. They addicted to war. Word is, Durk is done trying. He went back to Chicago and cancelled his next 3 Atlanta shows. His team is on lockdown. He's refusing interviews. Some say he's hurt. Others say he's planning his next move. A solo album inspired by betrayal. Name of the album? Silent Truce. You can't make this up. Meanwhile, Lucci has gone ghost. His socials wiped. No posts. No stories. Nothing. Only movement. His lawyer filed a request for enhanced security measures, claiming his client now fears retaliation. If that don't scream paranoia, I don't know what does. And then, Thug, still in jail, still silent, but a mysterious voice memo leaked. It's short. 5 seconds. One of y'all gon' fold. I know it. Chilling. So now fans are stuck wondering, was this peace ever real? Did Lil Durk walk into a trap thinking he was doing something noble? Or was he trying to outsmart 2 ticking time bombs, Thug and Lucci, before one of them blew the whole game up? But here's the craziest part. Rumors say Jay-Z and Roc Nation have taken interest in the situation. Word is, Hov wants to sit down with Durk and help mediate through official channels. If that's true, then this drama just went from street level to global. So now the question is, will this story end in unity? Or is someone about to make the deadliest diss track ATL has ever heard? Alright fam, buckle up because we're diving into the darkest corners of this saga. The part that nobody saw coming but everybody's been whispering about. The so-called peace between Lil Durk, Young Thug, and YFN Lucci. Yeah, it's about to get flipped upside down, burned and buried in a storm of betrayal. So here's what just dropped behind closed doors, a secret wiretap. Sources close to law enforcement spilled that the feds have been monitoring phone calls and text messages for months between the camps. And guess what? The wiretap reveals that while Lil Durk was playing mediator, somebody was feeding inside information back to the DA's office. Yup, a snitch hiding in plain sight. The shocking part? It looks like it was none other than YFN Lucci's own right-hand man, who goes by the street name Mello. The wiretap recordings capture him on multiple calls, speaking with a government informant, dropping intel on Lucci's movements, plans, and even some names linked to Young Thug's camp. One clip catches Mello whispering, "Yeah, they think we squashed it, but I'ma keep it moving. Got eyes everywhere, got to stay safe." The feds reportedly used this intel to tighten the noose around YFN Lucci, and it also explains why Lucci's lawyer was pushing for extra security, because Lucci's own people might have been leaking him out. Now, here's where it gets messy. When Lucci found out about Mello's betrayal, emotions ran high. Sources say Lucci confronted Mello in a private meeting, and things almost got physical. Family members were divided. Some sided with Lucci, others stuck with Mello, claiming he was just trying to survive. It was a family war brewing within the war. Meanwhile, Lil Durk got wind of all this chaos and, get this, he was blindsided. Durk thought he was bringing peace, but instead, he was walking right into a storm where nobody could be trusted. And in the middle of it all, his own camp felt exposed. Durk reportedly texted a close friend, "This ain't the streets no more, it's a jungle. Gotta watch every move." But the betrayal didn't stop there. Rumors started swirling that Young Thug's camp might also have someone working for the feds, feeding details about the ongoing RICO case and even about the peace talks. Some insiders whisper that the heated voice from the leaked surveillance video, "If he flips, we all go down," was actually a threat to keep people in line. Not just a casual warning, so who's playing both sides? The feds, the rappers, the loyalists turned informants? It seems like everyone's got a price these days. As the drama unfolded, Young Thug's legal team doubled down on their defense strategy, pushing to separate Thug's case from the others. But with the wiretaps revealing inside snitches, the courtroom battle is about to get even more intense. Amid all this madness, Durk is reportedly working on new music, his rumored album Silent Truce, where he opens up about betrayal, loss, and the weight of trying to be the bigger man in a game full of snakes. On social media, fans are divided. Some call Durk a hero trying to bring change, while others label him a pawn in a bigger game. But the final twist: sources say Lucci and Thug are planning a private underground showdown, not a fight, but a sit-down to decide the future of Atlanta's rap scene once and for all. One insider revealed, it's either they end this for real, or they risk losing everything, including their lives. So what does all this mean for hip-hop's future? Will Durk's peace efforts spark a real change, or will the cycle of violence and betrayal just keep spinning? And who will be left standing when the smoke clears? That's the million-dollar question. There you have it, fam. The full, raw, and untold story behind Lil Durk's shocking peace mission between Young Thug and YFN Lucci. What started as a hopeful ceasefire quickly spiraled into a labyrinth of secrets, betrayals, and hidden agendas that nobody could have predicted. Durk's attempt to bring the streets together might have lit a spark, but the fires of mistrust are still burning deep. With snitches in the mix, family ties breaking, and legal battles heating up, Atlanta's rap game is at a crossroads. Will this be the dawn of a new era of peace, or just another chapter in the ongoing saga of hip-hop conflict? Only time will tell. Now, I want to hear from you. What do you think about this whole situation? Is Lil Durk a real peacemaker or just playing a dangerous game? Do you believe Thug and Lucci can truly squash the beef, or is betrayal inevitable? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because this conversation is far from over. If you vibed with this deep dive into the drama, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss the latest tea. We got more exclusive updates and shocking twists coming your way. And trust me, you want to be first to know. Stay tuned, stay safe, and remember, hip-hop is more than music, it's life. Peace out, music, it's life. Peace out.